In life, our paths cross with countless people, some sincere, others perhaps hiding darker intentions. But how can we, guided by Stoicism, navigate these interactions with wisdom and clarity? Imagine standing among a circle of friends and colleagues as they smile and applaud your latest achievement. Yet, as you look closer, a sense of discomfort stirs within you. Something is amiss. Could jealousy and falsehood be lurking behind those friendly smiles? The Stoics believed that a wise person remains vigilant, always aware of the subtle signs that reveal the true nature of those around us. In this guide, we will explore 10 powerful ways to recognize envy and deceit through a Stoic lens. Each approach draws on principles that have stood the test of time, grounded in self-reflection, observation, and wisdom. By learning to spot these signs, you'll be better equipped to protect your peace and foster relationships rooted in authenticity. Stay with us until the end. The most profound insights lie in the final techniques, ones that can sharpen your instinct and offer you lasting tranquility amidst life's ever-changing tides. 1. Trust your instincts. Do you ever feel an inexplicable discomfort around someone who appears friendly on the surface? Perhaps their words are warm, their actions supportive, yet something within you feels misaligned. In Stoicism, this instinct is a vital signal, a quiet but profound inner voice guiding us to discern sincerity from pretense. Trusting this intuition is not about jumping to conclusions. Instead, it's a blend of rational observation and mindful reflection. What does this inner voice tell us? The Stoics valued reason, but equally emphasized listening to our inner demon or guiding spirit, a form of conscience or intuitive sense. This voice is like a quiet advisor, often alerting us to subtle inconsistencies that we might otherwise overlook. Have you ever noticed a colleague who showers you with compliments, yet leaves you feeling uneasy? Or a friend whose words don't match the tone of their gaze? These feelings, though faint, are worth acknowledging. As Marcus Aurelius himself urged, we should pay attention to that inner stir, for it is often wiser than we realize. When you encounter someone who frequently compliments you, yet triggers a slight discomfort, ask yourself, what exactly feels out of place? Try to examine both their words and their body language. Is there a hint of rivalry disguised as praise, a forced laugh or a fleeting look that contradicts their spoken support? In these moments, Stoicism teaches us not to ignore these subtle warnings. Instead, we are encouraged to question and evaluate our perceptions calmly and rationally. Balancing intuition and reason. Of course, Stoicism also cautions against impulsive judgments based solely on feelings. Trusting your instinct does not mean making rash decisions or assuming malice without cause. Rather, it's about gathering information mindfully, remaining watchful, and using your intuition as one piece in a broader puzzle. When you feel that subtle tension around someone, allow your mind to investigate. Watch for patterns in their behavior and ask yourself, are these feelings consistent over time? In addition, Stoicism advises harmonizing intuition with reason. True wisdom lies in balancing our inner sense with a rational assessment of the facts. If, after careful observation, your instinct still warns you of envy or deception, it may be time to consider creating some emotional distance. Stoicism reminds us that we can only control our reactions, not the intentions of others. Your peace and clarity of mind must remain your foremost priority. A final thought on instinct. As you cultivate this sensitivity to your inner voice, you will notice a sharper ability to discern the motives of those around you. This awareness doesn't imply mistrust of everyone, but rather a mindful caution, allowing you to protect your inner peace. After all, as the Stoics taught, a life lived with integrity and mindfulness is one that rises above the chaos of others' deceit and jealousy. Are you ready to explore further? Let us dive deeper into the next Stoic principle, examining actions over words. a practice that will reveal more about those around you than any superficial conversation ever could. 2. Observe actions over words. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of actions as true reflections of character. While words can be manipulated, rehearsed, or spoken out of convenience, actions reveal a person's genuine intentions. Stoic wisdom encourages us to evaluate people not by what they say, but by what they consistently do. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This principle is fundamental when recognizing envy and falsehood in others, as it invites us to look beyond appearances. The power of actions as truth-tellers. Think about those moments when someone's words didn't match their behavior. A colleague may offer congratulations on your achievements, yet undermine you in subtle ways. Or perhaps a friend promises to support you, but is absent when you face difficulties. Have you experienced this contradiction between words and actions? It's a moment that often leaves us questioning the person's sincerity. According to Stoicism, the behavior of others, especially in challenging situations, is the most reliable indicator of their true character. Words are easy. They can be exaggerated, insincere, or even deceptive. But actions, especially consistent ones, reveal a person's genuine mindset. When someone claims they value honesty, yet you catch them in frequent lies, or if they profess admiration but act competitively, take note. In the language of Stoicism, these contradictions highlight a dissonance that is impossible to ignore. Recognizing patterns in behavior. Actions often follow a pattern, and those patterns reveal the depth or lack of a person's character. Stoicism teaches us not to judge based on a single act, but to observe consistently over time. Ask yourself, are there recurring behaviors that contradict this person's claims of friendship, support, or admiration? Perhaps a friend has repeatedly promised to be there for you, yet vanishes during moments of difficulty. Or a colleague who consistently says all the right things in front of superiors, but speaks critically behind closed doors. These patterns point to deeper hidden emotions like jealousy, insecurity, or even resentment. Stoicism reminds us that by observing such patterns, we gain clarity and can distance ourselves from the confusion of falsehood and envy. Actions under pressure reveal true character. Another essential Stoic perspective is observing people's actions when they think no one is watching or when they stand to gain nothing in return. It's in these moments that the veneer of politeness or friendship often falls away, leaving true intentions visible. Imagine someone who shows kindness only when there's an audience or a reward, yet behaves indifferently or disrespectfully when interacting with others of lesser status. Their actions are not driven by virtue, but by self-interest. Stoicism teaches us to examine these discrepancies with a calm and detached mind. True friends or supporters don't change their behavior based on social gain. They act with integrity because it aligns with their character. A person who is consistently kind, even when it's inconvenient, demonstrates genuine compassion. Meanwhile, those whose behavior shifts depending on their audience often reveal a hidden agenda. A Stoic reflection on words versus actions. In evaluating others by their actions, we also find an invitation to reflect on our own behavior. Are our actions aligned with our words and intentions? As we seek sincerity in others, Stoicism reminds us to cultivate it within ourselves. By striving for integrity in our own actions, we create a standard of authenticity that not only attracts sincere individuals, but also repels those with deceitful motives. Observing actions over words is a path toward deeper wisdom and discernment. The more we attune ourselves to this practice, the more we're able to see beyond superficial appearances and recognize the hidden qualities of those around us. Ready to continue? Next, we will explore how to identify sincerity by examining others' responses to your success. A subtle yet revealing indicator of hidden envy and insincerity. 3. Notice their reactions to your success. In the realm of Stoicism, a person's reaction to the achievements of others is a powerful indicator of their character. When we achieve something significant, true friends and sincere colleagues will share in our joy, recognizing the effort and dedication behind our success. In contrast, those harboring jealousy may react differently, subtly downplaying or dismissing our accomplishments. Stoicism invites us to be observant of these responses, as they reveal much about the hidden emotions that words may disguise. Genuine celebration versus veiled jealousy. Think back to a moment when you achieved something meaningful, perhaps a promotion at work or a personal milestone. How did those around you respond? Did you feel uplifted by their reactions, or was there an undercurrent of discomfort in their congratulations? According to Stoicism, the reactions of others during these moments act as a mirror, revealing envy or deception that might otherwise be concealed. A sincere friend, grounded in their values, will genuinely celebrate your success without reservation. They understand that your achievements do not diminish their worth. However, an envious individual may find it challenging to mask their discomfort. They may offer backhanded compliments, dismiss your accomplishment as mere luck, or even remind you of someone who did even better. These subtle gestures can betray deeper feelings of inadequacy or resentment, qualities that Stoicism teaches us to recognize without becoming entangled. Why envy cannot coexist with sincerity? In Stoicism, envy is seen as a self-destructive emotion that disrupts one's peace. A person secure in their path does not feel threatened by the success of others. They recognize that each individual's journey is unique, shaped by distinct challenges and goals. Have you noticed someone close to you reacting coldly or dismissively to your accomplishments? These are signs that they may be struggling with their own insecurities. Stoicism teaches us that envy cannot coexist with genuine friendship or sincerity. When someone is unable to take joy in your success, it often stems from their own feelings of inadequacy. These individuals view your achievements as a reminder of their perceived failures. Instead of celebrating with you, they may try to diminish your success or steer the conversation toward their own struggles. By observing these reactions without judgment, we can gain clarity on the true nature of our relationships. The Stoic response: acceptance and inner peace. When we encounter envy in others, Stoicism advises us not to react emotionally. We cannot control the inner conflicts of those around us. Our focus must remain on cultivating our own tranquility. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, taught that peace of mind comes from detaching ourselves from external judgments. Whether someone supports or resents our success, their response is beyond our control. Instead of confronting envious individuals or seeking their approval, we can choose to protect our peace by recognizing their limitations and keeping a respectful distance. As we discern jealousy in others, Stoicism also calls us to reflect on our own responses to the successes of those around us. Do we feel genuine joy for others, or do we experience moments of comparison? The path of Stoicism encourages us to celebrate others' achievements sincerely, seeing them as inspiration rather than competition. By fostering this mindset, we not only strengthen our character, but also naturally attract those who value authenticity. Moving forward with awareness. Learning to identify envy in others' reactions to our success is a skill that empowers us to make wiser choices in our relationships. While it may feel disheartening to discover jealousy in those we care about, Stoicism reminds us that such insights are valuable. They help us set boundaries and prioritize relationships that bring us peace and growth. Instead of feeling hurt or disillusioned, we can view these revelations as part of our journey toward a more harmonious life. Ready to delve deeper? In the next section, we'll explore how observing the way others treat those of lower status offers even more insight into their character. This approach, rooted deeply in Stoic thought, reveals kindness and respect, or the lack thereof, as unmistakable indicators of sincerity. 4. Evaluate their treatment of vulnerable people. In Stoicism, a person's true nature is most evident in how they treat those who cannot offer them any personal gain. This principle invites us to look beyond surface-level interactions and observe how individuals behave when faced with someone of lower status or power. A sincere person treats everyone with respect and kindness, regardless of social rank. Conversely, those who harbor jealousy and falsehood often reserve their kindness only for those who can elevate or benefit them. Kindness without gain. Imagine someone who is always courteous and helpful when their superiors are around, yet indifferent or dismissive toward those perceived as less important. This behavior points to an internal lack of sincerity. Stoicism teaches that true character is revealed when there's nothing to gain. A person grounded in genuine values, rooted in compassion, treats everyone equally, understanding that every individual holds intrinsic worth. How do the people around you act in these scenarios? Do they show consistent kindness? Or does their behavior shift based on who is watching? This inconsistency reveals much about a person's character. In Stoicism, the wise maintain integrity regardless of circumstance, for they do not seek to impress or manipulate. They understand that respect for others, especially the vulnerable, is a reflection of self-respect. Thus, observing this behavior in others can help us discern who is sincere and who may be using kindness as a tool for personal gain. Deception in selective respect. Jealous or deceitful individuals often lack empathy for those who cannot directly benefit them. For instance, if someone regularly mistreats service staff but acts politely toward colleagues in higher positions, they may be revealing their insecurity and lack of compassion. Stoicism reminds us that true respect and decency are unwavering. People who change their behavior based on another's status are often driven by self-interest, not virtue. Marcus Aurelius himself advised us to extend respect to all, understanding that each person we encounter has something valuable to teach us. By observing these dynamics without judgment, we can avoid entangling ourselves in relationships built on selective kindness. Stoicism encourages us to surround ourselves with people of consistent character, as these relationships foster trust and peace rather than instability. Reflecting on our own actions. While evaluating others, Stoicism also encourages self-reflection. How do we treat those who may not benefit us? Do we demonstrate kindness and respect toward everyone, or do we unconsciously adjust our behavior based on social status? By aligning our actions with Stoic values, we become more conscious of our own character, ensuring that our relationships are built on sincerity rather than convenience. Our next method delves further into the distinctions between genuine praise and flattery, another key in recognizing envy and insincerity. Let us explore how Stoicism helps us discern the truth behind compliments. 5. Distinguish between praise and flattery. Stoicism places great importance on maintaining a grounded sense of self-worth, one that is not swayed by excessive praise or shallow flattery. Genuine compliments are supportive, rooted in admiration, and offer encouragement. In contrast, flattery often serves hidden agendas and can be a sign of envy or manipulation. Recognizing the difference between these two can protect us from being influenced by deceitful individuals. True praise versus manipulative flattery. True praise aligns with a person's real achievements and character. It feels balanced and sincere without exaggeration. In contrast, flattery often goes overboard, with the speaker attempting to build us up excessively, sometimes even ignoring our flaws. Have you encountered someone whose compliments seem more like attempts to gain favor than genuine appreciation? Stoicism teaches us to value authentic feedback over hollow admiration. Excessive praise, especially when it feels disconnected from reality, often hints at a hidden motive. Flattery is a tactic commonly used by those who harbor envy or have something to gain. They may use over-the-top compliments as a means to get closer, gain influence, or lower your guard. Stoicism advises caution in the face of such admiration. Marcus Aurelius himself warned against the influence of praise, urging us to ground ourselves in our values, not the opinions of others. Staying grounded amidst flattery. Stoicism teaches that our self-worth should not depend on external validation, especially from those who may lack sincerity. While receiving genuine praise can be fulfilling, flattery often clouds our judgment. When faced with excessive compliments, ask yourself, do these words reflect my real accomplishments? Or does this person have something to gain? Practicing this self-awareness, grounded in Stoicism, keeps us from being swayed by shallow words. To maintain a stable sense of self, we must continuously affirm our own worth and values, rather than relying on others' opinions. This practice not only protects us from manipulative flattery, but also strengthens our confidence, enabling us to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect rather than deception. Embracing Stoic resilience. By discerning praise from flattery, we can better protect ourselves from envy and falsehood. Flattery, though often tempting, is a hollow reflection of our worth. Instead, Stoicism invites us to cultivate genuine relationships where support is sincere and rooted in mutual respect. This discernment ensures that our connections with others are based on truth, not manipulation. Now let us move to another revealing trait, the response to criticism. In the next section, we'll examine how Stoicism helps us recognize honesty and sincerity through one's reaction to constructive feedback. 6. Observe their attitude toward criticism. One of the clearest indicators of a person's sincerity and self-assuredness is their reaction to criticism. Stoicism views criticism as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Sincere individuals welcome constructive feedback, seeing it as a chance to refine their character. In contrast, those with hidden envy or insecurity often react defensively or even lash out when criticized. Embracing criticism with Stoic wisdom. The Stoic mindset encourages us to approach criticism with openness and humility. Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth which never harmed anyone." This philosophy teaches us that criticism, when offered constructively, is a valuable tool for personal development. A person who values truth and self-improvement will listen to criticism without defensiveness, eager to learn and grow. Reflect on your experiences. Have you encountered someone who responded aggressively or dismissively when given feedback? This response often signals insecurity, as the person may fear that their weaknesses are being exposed. Stoicism teaches that those who cannot bear criticism are often driven by ego rather than a genuine desire for self-improvement. Defensive responses and hidden insecurities. A defensive reaction to criticism reveals an unwillingness to confront one's flaws. Individuals who react this way may shift blame, downplay their mistakes, or even attempt to discredit the person offering the feedback. This is often rooted in jealousy or a desire to maintain a certain image. Stoicism encourages us to recognize this as a sign of insecurity, suggesting that the individual may struggle with self-acceptance and feel threatened by constructive feedback. If you notice this reaction in someone, Stoicism advises that we remain calm and avoid engaging in their defensiveness. Instead, we can observe quietly, allowing their actions to speak for themselves. This patience and self-restraint protect us from becoming embroiled in needless conflict, reinforcing our own sense of inner peace. Stoic reflection on our response to criticism. Just as we observe others, Stoicism also calls us to reflect on our own reactions to criticism. How do we respond when someone points out an area for improvement? Do we accept it calmly, or do we become defensive? Cultivating a humble and open attitude toward feedback not only aligns us with Stoic values, but also attracts sincere relationships where mutual growth is possible. Recognizing sincerity through one's attitude toward criticism empowers us to make discerning choices in relationships. It helps us identify those who value growth over ego, allowing us to build connections that are genuine and supportive. Now, we move to the next tool in our Stoic approach to recognizing sincerity, observing the consistency of actions across various situations. 7. Monitor their consistency across situations. Consistency is a hallmark of integrity in Stoicism. A person's true nature is reflected in how they act across different situations and with various people. When evaluating sincerity, observe whether someone's actions align with their words. Inconsistent behavior, especially in the face of changing circumstances, often indicates hidden motives or a lack of sincerity. The Stoic value of consistency. Stoicism teaches that a person grounded in their values behaves consistently, regardless of who they are with or what is at stake. Consistency reflects a stable character, while inconsistency may reveal envy, insecurity, or an inclination toward deception. Have you noticed someone who praises you one day but speaks critically about you the next? Such behavior points to a lack of alignment in their values and intentions. Consider a colleague who outwardly supports your projects but subtly undermines your work in private. Stoicism reminds us that such inconsistencies are clear indicators of hidden motives. Instead of taking their behavior personally, we can observe it calmly, recognizing that their actions stem from internal conflicts rather than anything about us. Actions aligned with virtue. In Stoicism, actions rooted in virtue remain steady regardless of external conditions. A consistent friend or colleague will support you through both successes and challenges, displaying unwavering respect and loyalty. Ask yourself, does this person maintain their principles in all interactions, or do they shift to suit personal gain? Those who act out of jealousy or falsehood often change their behavior based on what they stand to gain. Stoicism teaches us that by observing these inconsistencies, we can discern who is truly aligned with their values. Guarding against inconsistency. While Stoicism encourages us to observe others, it also urges us to reflect on our own behavior. Are we acting with consistency and integrity in our relationships? Do we treat others fairly, regardless of their status or what we stand to gain? By holding ourselves to these standards, we cultivate relationships grounded in trust and sincerity. Observing consistency is a powerful tool in distinguishing genuine individuals from those driven by self-interest. This clarity allows us to protect our peace by surrounding ourselves with people who are true to their values. Next, we'll explore how Stoicism helps us interpret unconscious comparisons, revealing envy and insecurity in others. 8. Recognize unintentional comparisons. Stoicism teaches that a wise person does not compare themselves to others, understanding that each individual's path is unique. However, when others make frequent comparisons, especially subtle or demeaning ones, it often signals envy or insecurity. Recognizing these unconscious comparisons allows us to see behind the words, identifying hidden jealousy or resentment. The nature of comparison and envy. Have you noticed someone who frequently compares your achievements or qualities to others? These comparisons, especially if they belittle or minimize your accomplishments, reveal more about their inner struggles than about you. In Stoicism, the tendency to compare is often linked to dissatisfaction within oneself. Those who are content and secure have no need to measure themselves against others, as they are grounded in their own journey. Think of a friend who, after hearing about your success, immediately brings up someone who did even better. This reaction can indicate that they feel threatened by your progress, using comparisons to diminish your achievements. Stoicism teaches us to interpret these remarks as signs of their internal conflicts, allowing us to protect our peace without becoming defensive. Viewing comparisons with a Stoic mindset. Stoicism encourages us to see external comparisons as irrelevant to our self-worth. Our value does not depend on the achievements of others, nor should it be affected by comparisons made by those around us. When someone frequently compares, ask yourself, is this comparison meant to support or diminish? If the latter, recognize it as a projection of their insecurity, not a reflection of your worth. By cultivating this Stoic mindset, we protect ourselves from the emotional impact of others' comparisons. This resilience strengthens our confidence, allowing us to continue our journey without being distracted by external judgments. The power of accepting our unique path. Recognizing others' comparisons as irrelevant helps us foster a more harmonious life centered on personal growth rather than rivalry. Stoicism reminds us that we are each on our unique journey and that genuine friends will support this path without resorting to comparisons. By embracing this perspective, we naturally distance ourselves from those who harbor envy, creating space for supportive and encouraging relationships. Now let us consider another vital aspect of Stoicism, understanding how individuals respond to failure. In the next section, we will explore how Stoicism views reactions to personal setbacks as a reflection of one's true character. 9. Pay attention to their reaction to failure. In Stoicism, failure is seen not as a defeat, but as an opportunity for growth. A person's response to failure reveals their character far more than their reaction to success. Those who accept responsibility and view setbacks as lessons demonstrate resilience and sincerity. Conversely, individuals who blame others or make excuses often reveal insecurity, jealousy, or even deceit. Failure as a test of character. Stoicism teaches that true strength is revealed in adversity. When someone encounters failure, how do they respond? Do they accept responsibility and seek to improve, or do they shift blame onto others? A sincere individual will take ownership of their mistakes, seeing failure as a valuable teacher. This response reflects humility and a commitment to growth, qualities revered in Stoic philosophy. Consider a colleague who, after a project fails, acknowledges their part and focuses on lessons learned. Now imagine someone who, in the same situation, quickly blames others or makes excuses. Stoicism warns us that those who cannot accept failure with humility may also struggle with jealousy or deceit as they prioritize protecting their image over personal growth. Stoic acceptance of setbacks. Stoicism encourages us to embrace failure as an integral part of life, a necessary stepping stone on the path to wisdom. When we observe others reacting defensively to setbacks, it reflects a fragile ego, one that cannot bear perceived weakness. By understanding this reaction through a Stoic lens, we can navigate our relationships with clarity, recognizing those who are aligned with growth from those who fear vulnerability. By accepting failure with grace, we not only strengthen our own character, but also inspire others to view setbacks as opportunities rather than threats. This mindset helps us foster a supportive environment where honesty and resilience are valued, distancing ourselves from those who seek to hide their weaknesses through deceit. Cultivating humility in our own lives. Stoicism also invites us to reflect on our own responses to failure. Are we willing to accept responsibility, or do we become defensive? By cultivating humility and a growth-oriented mindset, we align ourselves with Stoic principles and attract relationships that are sincere and rooted in mutual respect. As we move into the final method, let us explore how Stoicism emphasizes listening to our inner voice as a guide to discern jealousy and falsehood in those around us. 10. Listen to your inner voice. Stoicism teaches that amidst the complexities of human interactions, our inner demon or guiding spirit, a form of conscience or intuitive sense, offers profound insight. This inner voice, often subtle, alerts us to inconsistencies, insincerity, or even envy in those around us. Trusting this intuition, while tempering it with reason, enables us to discern genuine friendships from those grounded in falsehood. The subtle power of instinct. Have you ever felt uneasy around someone, even though their words and actions seemed pleasant? This feeling is your inner voice attempting to communicate a subtle truth. Stoicism advises us to pay attention to these instincts, recognizing them as a protective guide. Marcus Aurelius suggested that wisdom lies in harmonizing our intuition with rational observation, ensuring that we neither overreact nor ignore our inner signals. Your inner voice may sense hidden envy in a colleague who consistently offers praise, yet leaves you feeling unsettled. Or perhaps it warns you of deception in a friend who appears supportive but whose actions suggest otherwise. In Stoicism, this awareness does not imply immediate judgment, but rather invites us to remain observant and patient, allowing our intuition to guide us without overt suspicion. Intuition and rational assessment in balance. While Stoicism values intuition, it also emphasizes the importance of reason. Before making any conclusions, ask yourself, are there consistent patterns supporting my intuition? Use your rational mind to evaluate the evidence objectively. Stoicism teaches us to rely on both instinct and logic, ensuring a balanced approach to discernment. By trusting this inner voice while observing objectively, we gain clarity without becoming entangled in emotional reactions. This approach protects our peace as we learn to recognize deceit without absorbing its negativity. Protecting inner peace through intuition. Listening to our inner voice serves as a valuable tool for self-protection, enabling us to identify toxic relationships while preserving our tranquility. Stoicism reminds us that our inner peace is paramount. When we respect our intuition, we safeguard this peace from the confusion of envy or deception. As we conclude this journey through Stoicism, we find ourselves equipped with tools to discern sincerity from envy, protecting our lives from unnecessary turmoil. Each principle invites us to live mindfully, cultivating relationships based on respect and authenticity. These 10 Stoic methods equip us to navigate life with greater discernment and clarity. By observing actions over words, recognizing responses to success and failure, and trusting our inner voice, we can identify envy and falsehood before they disrupt our peace. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the intentions of others, but we can choose how we respond and who we allow into our lives. I invite you to reflect on these practices and begin applying them in your daily interactions. By doing so, you will foster relationships rooted in authenticity and self-respect. If you found these insights valuable, please like this video, share it with friends and family who may benefit, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And share your own experiences in the comments. How have you recognized envy or falsehood in others? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining this journey into Stoicism. May it guide you toward a life of peace, wisdom, and lasting integrity.